Hello, big beautiful world. Today we are flying up out of Cinque Terre, or somewhere near Cinque Terre in Italy. LILQ, so Lima, India, Lima, Quebec. I just wanted to go out for a run in this puppy because we got it the other week and I threatened to fly it around and I hadn't yet done so. Today we're doing just that. Let's hop out and have a look. Right, so we go into drone mode, we have a squiz, and we're impressed who we've got today helping us. That's Teresa. Hello Teresa, looking awesome as ever. Alright, so this is the book of Jungmann, the book of Jungmann, and it is very cool. We've got the wooden props. I believe this model, I'm not sure if it's just for the flight sim or they've based it on a modern version. One of the Jungmann survivors, and evidently Dornier, according to the blurb as I was logging into it, had something to do with it, although I don't think Claudius Dornier had anything to do with the original. I do believe that was just Bücker himself. He'd gone up to work in Sweden. If my Wikipedia encyclopedia I'll start again, shall I? Encyclopedic brain has anything to do with it, I believe he brought back a designer from Saab, Jonas or Andersen, I think. And together they built this puppy around 31-32 prior to the coming of the Nazis, but just in time to see extensive service from late 30s as a trainer, etc, etc. We come down, the details are awesome. It is gorgeous. You know all the review points, all the textures look grand. The paint scheme looks blinking awesome. There's a kind of granular aspect, as you can see there. It's pretty good. So yeah, it looks a little mottled, but I don't care. That looks, I can work with that. The stenciling looks great. Yeah, that's darned cool, darned cool. All right, now I'm going to be honest, clan. We'll hop in, and that's when I'll start being honest. So you get two kinds of honesty: me being honest now, and me being honest back in the cockpit. Let's get up in the air, shall we? Alright, track IR back on. I've not yet started this, I've not yet flown it, I've got no idea what the hell I'm looking at. I do like a lot of the camera positions. Hang on, let me just reposition it. Yeah, so it wasn't too different. Battery. Pretty sure this little sucker had a primer. Yeah, okay, I think that's, yep, that looks like a wiggle pump of some kind.
Clear prop.
That sound.
Clear prop.
That's what I wanted to talk about. So that's our mags, very unusual. I believe we got good fuel. Look, we're just going to try it. We'll chuck the lights. No, I don't tend to chuck the lights on like when you start a car. Let's see what happens if I try. We're going to start. I can work with that. I can work with that, people. Now we chuck the lights on. Okay, so where are we? We're over here. We're going up in this puppy. Now we are going to release the brake. Hopefully get a bit of momentum. I understand from memory this is a wobbly beastie. Sorry Teresa, you cool? There's our serial killer van in the background. All good, all good. Let's get up. Okay, so it's the day of the Jungmann. Sounds like a title of a 60s film by Antonioni or someone like that. Okay, so hopefully we're going the wrong way. We'll take out towards the ocean, so we'll take her out west. Seems a little close on the cockpit, but I can work with that. Maybe if I come back a bit, that's a little healthier. Yep, cool. What have we got? Now that's interesting. That's real interesting. That's why. We're just going to take her up, peeps. I don't care. I'm just goddamn crazy. That's me. I'm just an adventurer. A rogue's rogue. We're open the throttle. And we're away. Just like that. That's really sweet. Really, really elegant. Okay, so on with this week's flight simming news. The big one, or the big one for me anyway, is that FSRealistic Pro has dropped. Now, across all my videos, long before I started filming all these suckers, I bought Core when it was first released, and it was love at the first day. The only time I got a little bit skeptical about it was at one point I kept getting CTDs as I was logging in. As it transpired, it was nothing. It wasn't any add-ons. It wasn't anything. I'm not sure what it was. Uninstalled it with all the same add-ons, all the same goofy things, and up she came. So Core is now released. If you Pro is now released. If you've already got FSRealistic Core, the update costs about $8 Oz, $8.50 Australian, and it is the best add-on for that I've seen for Flight Sim yet. You can hear it. You can hear it in the creaks and the groans. We're not seeing a lot of it so far, but as you saw when I went over the rough grass, which is part of the reason I wanted to get a little lost on it, was you see the shakes coming through more and more. I don't need to sell this to anybody. You cats know what it's all about. If you don't, go and check it out. It's available at FSRealistic, I believe. You can get a 30-day free trial with it. And like I said, if you buy it now, Pro now, it'll cost around maybe 30, maybe less than $40 Oz. So about 20 quid, 20 euros, 20 bucks thereabouts. I don't know. You cats can make up your own mind. It's the best add-on I've seen in Flight Sim yet. Anyone who's heard me go for a crash and burn in a really crappy landing, you hear the scream. That's all native. In gliders, you hear the tow wire disconnect, and the beauty of it is it's smart enough to pick up the preset as you're loading in. So it'll know your twins from your singles, it'll know your gliders from your jets, it'll know your small jets from your tube liners. It's impressive, to say the least. They've introduced things with Pro like more, canopy shaking and cockpit shaking and stuff like that. That's all good. That's all great. It was a great product to begin with. It's only going to get better over time, I'm convinced. So go suss it out, clan. FSRealistic. Well, this thing is really beautiful. This thing is really, really lovely. Here we are, birdling along up the coast of Italy. Alright, beautiful. Yeah, FSRealistic Pro is awesome. What other news from the week? The Velocity XL is released. I haven't bought it yet. I'm looking forward to it. You cats might know I'm a sucker for anything that even vaguely resembles, I want to say, a Rutan design, but I'm going to go back. As is my want, to the Miles brothers during World War II, and or even actually Fokker Wolf, old man Fokker himself, the FW8 Enter the Dark. It was a canard, a really unusual canard. If I wasn't so lazy, I'd sort of interject stock images here over the footage, but I'm very lazy and I'm not going to do that. You cats can do your own homework. Much more interesting, much more fun. So yeah, the Velocity XL, it's a canard, not too dissimilar to the Long Easy from the Rutan boys. Very cool looking aircraft, I look forward. Actually, it also bears resemblance to the old 1980s, I think it was a Beach Starjet or Starplane or whatever. Had the rear-mounted prop, which again is not unlike the Japanese Shidenkai from World War II. or the, oh well, there's a lot of them really. The ME329 had the remounted prop, and they did a similar version to that in the first Indiana Jones. It was kind of loosely based on the ME329, I think. That weird looking flying wing in Indiana Jones, the first Indiana Jones film. So Velocity XL, yeah, I think that's going to be on my hit list. I'll have to get me one of those suckers. What else? Oh, the Piper L4 has been released. I think it's at a reasonable price, around 23 bucks Oz maybe. You get a couple of float plane variants. I think the only downside is that it uses the Rotax sounds. But, you know, again, in case your cats hadn't picked up by now, I'm extraordinarily forgiving. I don't fly it for the specifics necessarily. I fly it for the fun factor. I wouldn't pretend in a heartbeat that I'm even a pilot. I don't care. I do love this. It just hits all the sweet spots for technical, fun, engrossing, immersive. In spite of me not shutting up, solitary and meditative. It is really, really cool. I'm digging this. Let's hop out and have a squeeze. One of those really kind of grandiose shots. Yeah, that's snazzy, isn't it? That's art right there, peoples. I'm telling you now. Alright, shut me up and let's hop back in there. Look, gang, I didn't even plan a flight on this one. I just wanted to take off. That looks like an airport over there. I could land there. Don't want to. I want to go on further. I am loving this spooky Jungmann. This is really cool. Again, I'm not sure. Well, surely we're going to have the July specials coming up, the end of year specials coming up in a few weeks. Look, even at the price, full price that I bought this, I think it's worth it. I really like it. It's really cool. I know I have used that word a little bit, but the Bücker Jungmann is really, really lovely. Really nice design. If you're into these old biplanes, there was something else I wanted to tell you, wasn't there? Oh yeah, Orbex has dropped the Melbourne scenery pack. I believe it's less than 20 bucks Oz. So if you live down this way, grab it for yourself. I had bought the Orbex scenery. This is before the Australia update. I bought the Orbex Sydney scenery, and it did cause a little bit of glitching out when I was flying up that way in the old hometown. So I've since uninstalled it, and I'm happy with Sydney the way it is. I'm not sure if Orbex has updated the Sydney scenery to work with the post-Australia update pack. I'm kind of watching this space on that one for now. What's the speed like? Let's drop it down a bit. Yeah, this thing gets a lot of clear. Alright, so we're around 200 kph. Okay, cool. Yeah, but I will probably, because I know for a fact that the Melbourne scenery is, what the heck is this? Is this La Spezia? Well, why don't we just go on over there, Flying Wire, and find out, shall we? Why don't we do that, Flying Wire? The voices in my head, people. I've put up with them long enough, now it's your turn. So yeah, the Melbourne Orbex scenery looks great. I think it's less than 20 bucks Oz. I'll probably grab it. If any of you have word about an update to the Sydney scenery, does it look better after the Australia update? Does it make Sydney look worse? Please let me know. And if you bought this little sucker, let me know. See what you think of it. Or FSRealistic Pro, I believe, and I'm not trying to shill for anyone, but I believe, it might be too late. I think Overkill, Mike over at Overkill, might have been offering up a full version, a freebie version of FSRealistic But look, the thing is, it's available. You can get it free for 30 days. If you haven't already done so, go and grab it. I think you'll dig it. I know I do. I can't fly without it now. It's a bit like either VR or Track IR. It just augments the whole immersive experience so much. I want to see something here. Actually, see if it kicks in. Evidently, this aircraft has some unusual. Now, theoretically, if I stick my head out slightly, no, I can't hear a sound change. I actually did that in a de Havilland Tiger Moth flying around Sydney, and that you really feel it. You really, the sound increase is extraordinary. Not to mention the fact that it almost snaps your neck when you're flying at about 2,000 feet. But in fact, if you haven't had the chance, try and look for a joy flight up in a biplane. It is a wonderful experience. Most likely, whoever you're flying with will do a couple of loops and barrel rolls and hammerheads towards the end of the flight, and your life shall be transformed forever. So yeah, this is pretty generic. I remember this part of the world as being far more colourful. That's all good. That's all good. Maybe I might have to head over to Flight Sim. I assume all you cats know about flightsim.to. It's the go-to freebie, and they have payware now as well, but for a long time they were primarily freebie. Lots of great bush. Oh, that's where I wanted to go as well. So yeah, lots of great payware, freeware, outstanding work. Liveries, aircraft, bush trips, cities, towns, points of interest, you name it. Much excellence can be had at flightsim.to. Speaking of which, I pulled down this morning. It's the Raid Aeropostale from essentially I didn't know about it. It's a real recreation of the flight that Antoine de Saint-Exupéry flew back in the 30s, late 20s and 30s, in his Caudron Simoun. Unfortunately, what stopped me? Oh, the reason I was actually going to record it and take it up, but the shortest leg is about 48 minutes. The normal legs clock in at about an hour and a half, and I figure I bore your brains out between the 15-minute and 30-minute mark, and I try and restrict myself to that much. So yeah, I'm looking forward to it though. I'll be doing that on the side. I believe you can, unlike most bush trips, you can actually change the aircraft to whatever you want. So I will be taking up the Caudron Waffle, primarily because it's the closest thing in Flight Sim yet to the, to Saint-Exupéry's Simoun from the early. I think the Simoun was introduced in '33. And the Raphael, as has been, I've talked about in the previous video when I took it up out of Turudan down here in near Pakenham, Victoria, Australia. So Simoun is the successor. I don't know if it is the successor, but it shares a very strong lineage with the Caudron Raphael here in Flight Sim land. So yeah, Aeropostale, Raid Aeropostale. It recreates the flights from Toulouse, I think, off the top of my head, right down over North Africa, Mauritania. I'm not sure how far south it actually goes. Maybe Dakar or somewhere that far. So yeah, I'll be doing that. Let me on to another point. Oh yeah, that's right. Of course, Saint-Exupéry, that Aeropostale route was famous because that's where he wrote Wind and Sand and Stars, and also it was the inspiration for his world's most famous book, the children's book, Le Petit Prince, the Little Prince, and it, great stories. Wind and Sand and Stars is his adventures where he crashed the Simoun in North Africa in the desert together with his co-pilot, and they had to survive at an oasis, and the Bedouin picked them up and took them to safety. It's quite an adventure, quite a voice-own adventure, great read. And he was a fascinating guy, Saint-Exupéry. He was just really, he died towards the end of the war. He fought for the Allies, went down in a, disappeared in a Lightning, a P-38 reconnaissance aircraft, grabbing photos. I think it might have been for, was it Operation Dragoon, the Allied invasion of the south through Marseille and Nice and Caen and Toulon, and I think it was Toulon primarily. But yeah, I thought he was doing reconnaissance for that way, and he disappeared between Corsica and Marseille. I think they found his aircraft in 2004, I'm not sure. Again, I just work with whatever the hell I can think of off the top of my head. I don't know if I'm making this shit up. I've just had a lifetime of useless knowledge filled with my head, and this is my opportunity to unload it all, really. Whether any of it's true or not, I don't know. You cats can do your own research. I know I'll get out of the flight sim eventually and won't even bother fact checking because I'm entirely untrustworthy. Okay, so now we're starting to look cool. Yeah, okay, this is pretty. Of course, I don't know where the hell I'm going to land. I really didn't think this through, did I, people? No, I did not. Good on you, flying liar. You're a goober. So, people in the state of Georgia and America, if you're watching, rest assured you're not the only ones who refer to yourself or refer to your state or peanuts as goobers. We've done it here in Australia for as long, or the Antipodes at large, for as long as I can remember as well. I love this aircraft. Alright, I'm impressed. I'm looking forward to getting about more in the S55, the Savoia Marchetti. That one's really sort of swept me off my feet. I know a lot of people think of it as odd. I think of it as just beautiful. I think of most seaplanes as beautiful. As anybody who's been watching any of these videos knows, I tend to bang on about them quite a bit. I do have full throttle. I shouldn't really be going so hard. We're going to bring around the valley, see if there's somewhere to put it down. So yeah, okay, so the Velocity XL, Raid Aeropostale. Oh, the Raid Aeropostale crew also has a Facebook page, I think. So showing, because it is based around the real-time recreation of Saint-Exupéry's flight. So check it out if you're on FB, if you're on Facebook at all, have a squiz, and you'll see some really cool. There's a reference there. One of the pics I saw, I think it might be a flight sim model, or maybe, I'm not sure if some scale model company is building it. It was a really unusual biplane. It looked a bit like the Meridignani, the Italian biplane, but it's two-seater. Oh yeah, I think it's a White Eagle. Yeah, it was flown. In fact, I think Nunga said the World War 1 Ace went down in it. It's called the Whitebird, l'Oiseau Blanc. And I'm not sure who made it. It's a really good looking biplane. It'll be interesting to see up here. So what else is coming up? I know we've got the world update fixing some bugs coming up over the next couple of weeks, next few days maybe. But that's really all I wanted to talk about. FSRealistic Pro has dropped and I love it. I absolutely dig it. Alright, I'm going to cheat. We're going to find ourselves a city to live in. That's an old Talking Heads song. We're going to find ourselves an airfield to land in. If we can. Oh, look at that. Straight ahead. Alright, cool. So I've got a river straight ahead. Let's do it. I can work with that. We're good people. We're really good. Bring it down. See? You just... Some days it's just a leap of faith that you have to take, isn't it? Really? The joy of getting lost and thinking, can I work this out? I've got no idea, but yes, hopefully I can. The textures, everything, you know me, I don't review that. I don't review things. I don't feel qualified enough to. I can tell you what I dig, what I don't dig. That's the run of it. In the same way I'd say the same thing about guitars or bands or anything like that. The pleasure principle, people, the pleasure principle. Some days that's good enough. So what's been happening in your world, folks? I hope you're having a great day. We're having a long weekend here in Australia. So because I'm an extraordinarily boring human being, I may even try and get out another couple of videos because I just love poodling about in the flight sim. Now theoretically, we should be there, eh? What do you reckon? Let's take a quick whiz over here. Should be pretty much run over the top of it. What does that look like? Well, they kind of, down there at our 9, they kind of look like aircraft sheds, don't they? Really? Do they? Don't they? I don't know. I honestly don't know. I will put it down there though. Why? Because I can. Alright, let's get down. Now I understand this sucker's a bit bouncy because the oleo springs, the oleo struts being somewhat elastic. Yeah, okay, I can do that. We're going to find out. It certainly took off far more gently than I expected, which I'm impressed with, I must admit. I don't even think we've got flaps on this, have we? Definitely got a nice acrobatic feel to it for a trainer. Alright, cool. Let's put this baby down. Don't even think it's got flaps, has it? Nah, it won't have. No. Alright. We're just going to come down here, peeps. I have a feeling she might want to let's try to keep an eye on it. Okay. Can't get up. That's alright. Oh, dodgy. But I can work with it. You know what? I'm taking that. And we're going to put down by the roadside. So kids, don't do this at home. Whatever you do, just don't. In fact, I can safely attest I'm not accurate. Is that it? Did I miss it outrun? No, it's got to be a bloody road, surely. As if I care, rebel that I am. Right, so Bücker Jungmann. Yeah, grab it. I reckon it's awesome. I don't know. It's up to you. I don't know if the sales are going to kind of knock $20 or $10 or $5 off it come 3 weeks away, where they have the EOFY sales on for everything. But even at its current price, it's awesome. Alright, let's kill her out. Drop the handbrake on. Hop out one last time. Actually, we'll do the right thing, eh? For a change. Mag off.
Clear prop.
No, you goober.
Clear
Okay.
prop.
Stop that. So that cat's voice annoys the crap out of me, but that's life. You know, you don't get it all. I have to say that you know, if that's the worst aspect of FSRealistic, then I can live with that. Yeah, okay, this is gorgeous. I think that's it, clan. I've waffled on enough. Have yourself a fantastic day if you're here in Oz or on the east coast of Oz. I'm not sure if all of Oz gets it. Have a great long weekend. Stay safe, stay sane, big beautiful world, and I will talk to you all later. Bye.